with me. Mr. Ernest Thompson was, those of you who love Accra Hearts of Oak, I'm sure you remember him very well. He was board secretary to the Phobians at the time. People like Mr. Atuahoy and all those big boys were there, and Harry Zakor. They've paid their dues when it has to do with making sure. Because, back in the years, Hearts of Oak were called Continental Club Masters. At that time, they had never won any club international competition. They had never won any Continental Cup. But during their era, they made sure that, Harry Zakor was the leader of the time. They made sure that they won. And this brings to mind people like Alhaji Hearts, may he rest in peace. One of the finest mediators that I've always known, Ernest, good evening and welcome to Sporty.
Thank you very much, Fiifi. It's a long time.
It's been ages. Yes,
the two of us have been hiding yourself. I don't know how you managed to bring me back to come and talk.
Yes. And I was just saying that the way you looked back in the day, you still look the same.
Oh, thank you.
And so what have you been doing? What have you been up to?
Oh, actually, I went through a very stressful work. As the Director General of Senate, and that put a lot of pressure and stress on you. You have to be in shape, right? Try and do some training, play some tennis. Try and do your treadmill, and then.
You play tennis?
And then just do everything within limits. Yeah, because you're a man. you make sure that you don't go overboard.
Yeah.
But of course, a lot of people have been telling me, I just look the same.
You just look the same. Yeah. You just look the same, Because I remember those days, when you were board secretary, once in a while we'll drag you into the Radio Gold studios, because naturally you're somebody who didn't really like talking too much. You like the behind the scenes activity, but
unless when I'm hosting a program.
Yes, and for those of you who don't remember, you used to be on Talking Point as well, So, but you've done a lot of things in your number of years. You've done a lot of things.
Really a lot. Wow. Really a lot. I think I was the sports on the radio front. I started the critical analysis at Radio Gold.
Yes, I remember
that Sefaka and the rest had come as very young people. And then I think later on that changed to Alhaji. And
I was your first producer for critical analysis.
Oh, really? With Vivian and the rest. With all those. Oh, those were the days, actually, Radio Gold. I had to do the critical analysis on Saturday. And you know how it is to handle such programs.
I know.
And then I was doing Talking Point for years. And then I think on the sports front, House of Folk, I think I was on the GFA with Alhaji Jahola and the rest.
Yes.
And then I became chairman of the legal committee. And then I was chairman of the women's football team, traveled everywhere with them. And then also, of course,
you were Black Stars Management Committee member as well.
Yes, I was in the Black Stars Management Committee. During the time of Kwesi Nyantechi. In fact, Kwesi managed to convince me to come and come and help them. So I came on the Black Stars Management Committee. A very difficult time in the era of our football. And then I think I've even forgotten some, but there was a lot. The most interesting thing has always been Accra House of Folk. The board secretary of Accra House of Folk. I really enjoyed that because I'm always grateful to House of Folk. For also assisting me to be what I have become. And of course, I was always having fights with Asante Kotoko.
I know.
Over all kinds of cases. And at a point in time, I even had to go to FIFA to join the FIFA legal committee to work on some cases. And so we've been around. We've done a lot.
Do you miss any of the things that you used to do?
Yes, I do. Not the radio host show. I don't miss it too much because the way things have gone now, everything is politicized and divided. And we are so divided that you don't think you want to host such political programs because tomorrow you are NDC, next day you are MPP. And of course, people come on such programs and you see that they disagree with things they are just uncomfortable with, not because it's wrong. Because you have to disagree because you belong to this divide.
This group.
I mean, unlike my time when I have people like Bosonchi Sam and a lot of them who were very objective and they could speak. So I don't miss this thing. But the sporting one, sports one, the football one, I always miss it. And I don't even watch House of Folk much, but I'm always eager to know what's the outcome of the sports.
I was going to ask you, when was the last time you went to the stadium?
It's a fairly long time ago. I must say that they always want me to be there. They at times send me the invitation and the rest, but I don't think that we've done our best, and we should give others a little bit of space. Because when you go to the stadium and the rest and they see, if you don't take care, you may take the shine out of the management. So at times it's better you stay coolly. But I'm in contact with them. We do speak. If there's anything I have to tell them, I do tell them.
If you look at your time, and the last time you guys won Africa and all of that, if you look at generally our football has, some say, have declined. But in between then and now, what do you think has caused us this, level of, decline? I mean, if you look at the speed with which all the teams have declined, the gap that has been created in Africa, what do you think has caused it within this period?
Oh, the first thing is that, hitherto, a lot of our players were not moving out. But the economy got a little bit difficult. Players want to go out. So you can't really nurture them a lot to play in the league. 1-2 matches, they are off. Of course, in our times, players were also going out. But that was merely to meet the financial hardships. So a lot of the players don't stay in the league. Of course, let's admit it, we had problems with the organization of football, leading to FIFA coming in. And the rest. So when FIFA comes in and went through all these difficult times and the rest where committees had been formed, that will take you back for some time. And you realize that after we went through all those FIFA interventions, we've never really been able to come up to where we are, although gradually we're trying to come up. I also think that for those of us who were managing at that time, we were prepared to learn. You get me? I went into House of Folk. I was with Ernest Bediakun and the rest, 1994. We met some doyens of football. We learned a lot. For instance, at House of Folk, there was Nana Rikwamping, Harry Sawyer, right, Nyauta Maklo, and the rest. We had the Council of Patrons. And when things were going on, they would call us, and we're learning. Right, and that's something I've learned in football, that when you are put in charge of a team, you have to learn. You have to learn and listen to also others who have done it before. I believe that some of the current management members don't take their time to learn. Right, maybe there's pressure on them from the supporters.
But you guys had more pressure, actually.
Yeah, we had more pressure, but as I said, we're prepared to learn. Right, if I tell you the way we coordinated, you'll be surprised. I was staying in Jawulu, just here, close to the studio. By the time I take off, Harizako has called me. Right, we are discussing something. Nigbese will call you. Alaji As will call you. We are discussing something. And we worked as a team. Right, and our focus also was to make the players like us. Yeah. And we also like the players. We had that closeness with the players. So they were prepared to play for the team. Yeah. I have seen teams now that even the board members and the management do not know the players who are playing for them. So the management style seems to have changed now. If you see me with the players who played on the race, like Kinsey and the rest, we are like friends. Stevie Rafia. You get me? And also there was a personal touch during those days. Yeah. I remember the way we got Stephen Afia from Olympics. Right? That
Lai or Stephen?
Stephen Afia.
From Olympics?
No, we got Stephen Afia from Olympics Olympics also wanted Stephen Afia. Okay. Right. By the time they got to the house, there was Seto and the rest, Arizako and Alaji also got there. Stephen came from down, colleague, there. Whilst we were talking to the mother, Arizako and Alaji has taken Stephen Afia away in their car. Right. You see, there was that. They there were people who had a hands-on approach to the team. I mean, Titi Brothers.
Yeah.
You get me? Somebody who has a hands-on approach to the team. Anything that we wanted. Look, if we say that we have to go to Kumasi, the time you realize these people are there. Right? So the management style, I believe, has changed a little. With that personal touch, I don't see it
being there
much. And when I talk to the players, they tell me that, look, we don't even know this person. They say it's this, we don't know. They know him. And of course, from the technical side too, the game has changed a little bit. It's now about people looking at statistics and the rest, looking at things from statistics and the rest. But we, I think, adopted a more personal approach. I mean, you'll be surprised that when we have a match on Saturdays, we go to the camp and spend time with them in the morning, speak to them and the rest before they come to the pitch. So we had that we had that relationship with them, which made them feel like they'll play for the love of the team. Investments also have not been the best so far. You get me? It's not moved with the speed of football, and you see it when you look at the continental series. You get me? The North Africans are investing more in the game, but here we are investing, but it has not moved fast the same way with each other countries are really moving, and we've really suffered. The infrastructure has not been the best.
Do you like the state of Hearts of Oak as it is now?
I wouldn't tell lies. No, I don't. But I refrain from knowing that running football is difficult. At times, I refrain from criticizing them in public, right? Do
you speak to Togbe sometimes?
It's a long time we spoke, although we are mates. And he always tells them when we meet that we're mates. We're mates in Sisfon, we're mates in Legon.
Okay.
The same age group and the rest. But I'm not happy with the state of the team, right? And I'm not happy because I thought we got to a state or a stage when we won the African Cup, and thereafter, that Hearts of Oak was not only playing football, but was making a statement.
Because at that point, CNN even rated you the 8th best club in the world.
That's why I'm saying that. The club moved from merely playing football to a club which makes a statement. I mean, when you see the team coming, you are even afraid. There was a time that people even have to beg us how many goals we should score them.
64.
Yes. And I remember in a match in Tanzania, African Cup, when we got there, in the evening they came to tell us that, look, they know they can't show, we should just take it coolly with them. So the team moved, but unfortunately, it went up like a graph and then started descending, right? And when a club starts coming down, bringing it up again is not
easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy at all. The club should have been higher than what it is.
If you get a chance to sit in front of Togbe, your friend and your schoolmate, and he would ask you to help him with how to bring Hearts of Oak back to the glory days, what would you tell him?
Basically, we did a flotation and sold shares, but that's not what Hearts of Oak is about. Hearts of Oak belongs to the supporters, and you have to forge a strong relationship with the supporters. I think there's a disjoint there because I'm on a lot of the Hearts of Oak platforms, and you see supporters insulting him, some people defending him, and the rest. We had that, but not to the extent that I'm saying. And it tells me that there's a complete disjoint between the supporters and to run Hearts of Oak, you need the supporters, right? So you need to have a close relationship, understand them. You might not have to do everything that they want, right? But you have to flow with them. That's the first thing I will tell them. I'm not seeing much of that. I think also that, and I did say it at the annual Congress, because there's a lot of pressure on me from the supporters that they want me there. Because I virtually was the legal person who led the flotation. And I did inform them that, of course, he's changing the board and the rest. But I didn't see much minority representation on the board. And it doesn't give, it gives the impression of somebody who wants to control everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I did tell him that, look, Toby, try and get some of the minority shareholders on the board. And of course, they listened to us and they changed some few people on the board. The other area which I will discuss with him is to look at their recruitment policy. You don't see any marquee player in the team. And that's not Hearts of Oak. Hearts of Oak is like Real Madrid. It's not a team you go all the way down to go and pick journeymen to come and play. You can pick some few people from down, but you need to invest on some key players. Right. I mean, when push comes to shove and we are playing, I know I have an Ishmaelado, a Emmanuel Sekufo, a Charles Taylor, who can do some change.
Yeah.
I have a family. Right. You don't see that in the team. So there's something a little bit wrong with the recruitment policy. Right. And it's a team that even when they draw, the supporters are annoyed. So you need to invest in that area. The problem with recruitment is that if you don't have the good and the correct people and the honest people to advise you, you might end up buying a lot of players by wasting money.
Yeah.
Right? Because they will not bring to the fore what you want to really achieve. There's also always some correlation between the technical team and the performance of the team. If you look at Hearts of Oak, look at the technical team, Jones Atukwefio, Maidendorf, and the rest. So you need to invest in that area very well. Because it's not a team for newcomers who are coming to learn how to play. Yeah, you don't buy newcomers.
You must be a finished product.
You might be there.
Yeah.
You should be there. Right. You see, if you look at the players who played, it's because of the players who played. Stephen Afia. So if you're going to play Hearts of Oak and you want to wear that jersey, you should be equally good like Stephen Afia.
Yeah.
If you want to wear the number 9, I'm looking at you as if I'm looking like somebody like, is it Ishmaelado?
Ishmaelado.
If you want to want the 10, I'm looking at, and when you have that mentality, it informs the way you do your recruitment. You get me? Right. And if you have players of the same caliber, you don't see the effect. You get me? You need to have 1 or 4. I mean, look at, I always choose Madrid, Mbappe, or Vinicius. When push comes to it, he expects something
from him.
Out of them.
Yeah.
Or City, Haaland. You get me? That is how you build the team. So they may have to look at
it must be around somebody.
Around somebody. Yeah. You get me? People who can make
a difference.
The year in which we won the African Cup, was it Samia J? Yeah. Samia J alone can make a difference to a team.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you look at all tournaments, those who win or those who go far, they have an exceptional.
There's always a standout player.
Especially an exceptional goalkeeper. Right. So I think that the recruitment and the rest, they may have to take a look at it. I'm speaking objectively. I mean, that's my this thing. And then, I mean, make room a little bit for dissenting views. Right. Yeah. Because at times, you may say something about Hearts of Oak and somebody will think that you are just coming to create, you have had your time, so at times you will just keep quiet. You see that we've all been quiet.
But the last time I spoke to Harry Zakor, he wasn't also happy with the state of Hearts of Oak.
No, you will never be happy.
Yes, and the way it is.
You get me? And you know, Hearts of Oak is not like a military. You don't retire from Hearts of Oak. Once a Phobian, always a Phobian. I remember one day, may she rest in peace, and Nana Kunedu. She called me, and people don't know, to the office at Reach on an issue. And when we were discussing it, she turned to football and started asking me, what is happening to the team? If you left and you destroy the team. And I said, oh, Nana, but that's not why you called me. He said, what do you mean that? I wanted to discuss that with you. So it's a team that they have people in high places whose hearts are in the team. I don't want to mention the number of Chief Justice and judges who always call me when the team is not doing well.
Yeah, but to have a team that had people like Oyeman and Rekwampim and Co.
Yes.
Two who were part of the Council of El Patrons. Then that should tell you something.
Oh yes, and Harry Sawyer.
Harry Sawyer, yeah.
Right. These are people, when we were even taken to the court, they came to sit in the courtroom. You get me? And anytime Nana Rekwampim calls us, right?
Sporty FM.
I mean, what do we want? What is the problem? Why is this one? Why is this one? Is it money? What is the problem? You see, they were not doing it for any gain. That's why I said that the flotation of the shares was not done because people want dividends or something. I'm one of the key minority shareholders, but I wasn't expecting anything from it. We are just doing it for the sake
of the club,
of the club, so that we change the financial base, and then we don't depend on one person, right, to run the club, because we're doing well, but we had financial challenges.
Your rivals are going through probably similar things. Kotoko. They are also going through their own problems with an IMC that has been in existence for only God knows how long, and all that. They're also struggling. It looks like it cuts across, because now, those days was a Kotoko Hearts dominance. But now in the last couple of years, we are seeing the teams that are winning the league, mostly from the Western region, Mediama, Samatex, Bibiani Gold Stars. What are they doing differently? Because one of the things I have learned in recent times is that the players keep telling us that Kotoko and Hearts are no longer the attractive teams that for them becomes like a dream for every player in Ghana. Now they are looking at other clubs who can also, in the quickest of fashions, send them out of the country if the opportunity arises. Why do you think it is so? The paradigm has shifted like that.
Nothing is static in football. Football is not logic, right? There was a time the two clubs were dominating Olympics, but bear in mind that at a stage two, Ashgold came in and took over due to proper management structures they really put in, and the investment they did in their infrastructure.
Then play and other.
But like you said, you see, now there are scouts everywhere. There are agents everywhere looking for teams. So if you're able to bring a team and you're able to get one or two good players to sell them, and you reinvest into the club becomes attractive to a football player, because he knows that it's not only Hearts of Oak or Olympics that he has to play, or Kotoko. If he goes to Medina, because a lot of the players, their aim is to go out and really play. So some of them, their model they are using might not necessarily to win a league, but to participate in it, sell some players, and some of the players want to go to where they can be sold out easily, right? And when you go to such a club like Mediama, which might not have a galaxy of players, but if you can shine a little bit, you'll be taken out of the country, right? Kotoko has a peculiar structure because of the role of the Otumfo in the team, and has a very, very huge following. Its financial base is also different from Accra Suffolk. Again, typically, it's an Akan Ashanti club, and a lot of them have some disposable income. They are selling things so they can come and watch the team there is. So with Kotoko too, when you are running Kotoko, you have to be very careful. You have to be very, very careful, because the supporters don't give you an inch. You remember there was a time they went there, they removed their goalposts, and they don't want the coach. And that's Kotoko for you. I mean, if you are going to play Kotoko, it's very frightening. If you are going to play Kotoko, you listen to them, they'll beat you before the match starts. You get me? Right. So with Kotoko, maybe they're also going through the same phase like us because of management, the management issues and the rest. But I believe that with all the clubs, if they can engage the supporters and listen to them, they will learn a lot, because they really know a lot, and that's what I believe in. I believe in the power of the supporters, right?
Will you play any role if you are asked to for Hearts of Oak?
No, not at this
You're
stage.
tired.
Not at this stage. Not at this stage. I believe my family will not even allow me. My friends will not allow me.
Because of the expertise. I mean, so much.
Yeah, but Fifi, you see, I believe in something. You get me? When it comes to the management, right, there are certain issues you also have to give a chance to some people to do. But you can stay back and advise. I can play an advisory role, but not to go and run as a focus, a day-to-day management job. I don't think I like.
Do you have an idea how much the supporters would love it if you are the one going to be running Hearts of Folk?
Yeah, I know it. I know it. In fact, before the last AGM, they came to me in my office, pleading with me that they are going to fight for me to come and come on the board and the rest. You see, they see me also as a face of the club.
Yes. Because you are so identified with the club.
With the club.
Supporters,
right.
unions.
Speaking on radio, speaking English, writing. I started the House newspaper.
Yeah, okay.
You get me? I did the House newspaper with the idea came from Mr. Atua Hoy. He gave us the money. He said, I know you can do it. You get me? I know you got the skills. I started it with the... we started small from Kanish. And in fact, the House newspaper grew to the extent that we had money to buy cars and buy computers and the rest for this. So I know that they are always on me trying to say, but I've always pleaded with them that, look, I think that let's rather advise from behind, right, and give others the chance to do that. And you have to move ahead.
Yeah, well, you can't be at the same place for a long time. Let's look at other issues affecting Ghana football. I know that there are a couple of things that we've always been crying for funding for our football. This year, thank God, government supported the league with some amount of money, to make it look a little bit, to give it some cushion to the clubs. I mean, and worked with the FA on that. I mean, everywhere and everybody will say that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Helping the clubs out with some money. But how consistent can that be? That's number one. Number two, the need for the setup of a sports fund. I mean, we've talked about sports fund for over 50 years in this country, and we haven't gotten anywhere. But I know Kofi Adams is very eager to look at a sports fund. What's your take on a sports fund? And how do we raise money for sports?
Let me begin from the beginning, like Professor Buzia would say. We running sports on the old colonial model, which others have stopped. A colonial model is there's a state budget, and there's an allocation for Ministry of Sports. So you go to the ministry, like you said this morning, to go and beg for money. That model is out of place. The other model of we don't have money, so government comes to assist us some money to run the league. It's good, but it's also it's not, you can't sustain it. We fought for the sports fund for years.
Yes.
You get me? And I've always said that I was looking at the various sports ministers over the years to find out who will bring something innovative, something different from what has been done. I saw Obiamwa trying to push that agenda. I must be fair to him. He didn't finish it. The new sports minister, I think, is really keen on doing that. I must say that I've had discussions with him on that issue. There's a lot of literature there, but that is the way to go. We need to have a sports fund. I'm not talking of a football fund.
A sports fund.
It's a sports fund. I know that I've been told that it's been approved by cabinet and the bill is going. We are all eager to look at the structure of the fund because it comes in different models. And if you study that of Kenya, it's quite different. Again, so we are all looking at it. But the problem of sports here in Ghana is basically funding. Yeah, and we need to solve the problem from the roots. That is why some of us have always been pushing for the sports fund to be done. I was a little bit disappointed with SWAG because I thought SWAG should have taken this up and love it hard for it. You don't get anything from government unless you push and you lobby. Because the finance minister is also looking at his money.
Yeah.
And he needs money like air. So he's not prepared to give you a penny out. So anytime I was talking to SWAG, I always tell them that, look, if you're only interested in end of year activity, you keep quiet end of year, then you go and give people plaques. The key issue is that if you can get the sports fund set up, the sky will be the limit for media men in sports. I'm in sports because I love sports, but that is not my profession. I'm basically a finance and commercial lawyer, right? But that is your profession. So if it will take you going to lobby parliament to get the sports fund done, form a team and lobby parliament and get involved and get it done. And I believe that if it is done, right, let's give ourselves 5 to 10 years. A lot of the problems we are having, players going to play football and the bonus is not ready. And the look, we've been through a lot of things. Not everything I can say on on this issue of bonus, the money is not ready. We have to go to, even when Jaula was even working at the Ministry of Finance. Yeah. If we had problem raising money. Yeah. So I think that our focus should be on that. Look, Fiifi, you look at the GET fund. However imperfect it is, as a fund, you can see something being done. Yeah. Look at the other funds which have been set up. What we need is simply the fund being set up well to be financially viable. Exactly. And have men of experience and integrity to run it.
Right? What is the Kenyan model like?
Okay, what they do is that, and I just have to borrow from my finance, my law and finance background. I think they set up the fund as what you call like a private equity fund, right? And the president managed to get the key industries to subscribe to it. Okay. You get me? Like you are subscribing to the fund, and the fund will be run well, that it will use some dividends for you to be paid, maybe after 5 years. So it's a serious thing. Right. With its own structure, its own managing director, and the rest. Now, it is not money for all. For instance, if the national team, like the Blasters, have a budget, or the FA has a budget, you have to go to the sports fund and defend it before it is approved for you. Because the money is there. So it's not like you sit there and say, oh, Blaster, this is our budget, pay. No. You have to defend it, and they will have to approve it for you. Athletes, you got games. What's your program for the year? You have to bring your program and defend it, right? And the fund has a whole lot. I mean, the managers with varied backgrounds, some in finance, some in law, and the rest. So you have to meet them and defend your budget. You see, but that was set up like a private equity fund. You get me? Of course, I'm very versed in that because SNIT, we do a lot of investments. So I was involved in the Pan-African Infrastructure Fund in South Africa. And so I know how these funds, the trust funds, are set up, right? So, but I don't know what will be the outcome of ours. I think our honorable men in Parliament, very intelligent people, I think they may go around, take a look at other countries, do the side references, and then they'll give us something good. But the important thing is that the minister is keen on doing it. In fact, the last time I even spoke to him, interestingly, he was even thinking of, should I form a committee to look at all these issues of bonus and how to make sure that they are well structured and so that we are for. So it seemed as if he knew that there were issues there to be resolved. But what I'm saying is that is solving sports from the fundamentals. Right, and this is where we have to take a look at. So I think we all need to push that agenda. Out of the sports fund, we might start even doing infrastructural development. Right. Because look, if you have a fund which can grow and it's expecting money, receivables, a bank may be prepared, a consultant may be prepared to give you money. Yes, to do something. Then we are thinking out of the box. Instead of waiting for a government budget to say that, 3 stadia will be built this year, 2 stadia will. It's good. Government can still do what it has to do. Right. I mean, I'll give you a typical example. I was part of the people. I led the charge to build the Bukom Arena.
The transport.
Right. I have to give that accolade to the president, GM. Again, that was his vision.
You were DJ at the time at Snake?
I was a DJ at Snake. When he called me, he said, Ernest, I've promised the people of Greater Accra, especially the Bukom area,
Sporty FM,
a boxing arena. Can still do it for us, purely as an investment. And I said, okay, I'll take it to my board. Fortunately, on my board, I had Joshua Alabi, who was also his first person. You get me? So when we're called and we discuss it.
And your rival from Great Olympics.
And my rival from Great Olympics. But we work so nicely. I always cherish my moments with him on the Snake
he's
board.
such an open-minded person.
Open-minded, nice guy. The issue was, where do we find the land? That was even a fight. But that desire to do it was there. Fiifi, I tell you, we drove through Accra at times at night looking for the land. Because if you look at Accra Central, there was no land.
Yeah, it's all true.
And the president's vision was that the thing should be close to Bukom. But the Bukom Park is too small. And it's very close to my family house. And I play football there so many. So we couldn't do it that. What was being envisaged? Eventually, we found land close to where it is now. The lake.
Yeah.
Do you know what was there? At first, it was a school, some school, and a place being used for pigs and the rest. We traveled all the way to Poland. People don't know what we did. We went as far as to Poland to go and look at the stadium and the rest. Joshua Alabi will tell you. And the Polish also came in and said they were interested. That's how we built that edifice there. Right. We didn't even finish. Across the land was a little land that we were going to do the AstroTurf also for football. But of course, I didn't finish my term, so we didn't do it. But what we did there today, look at the number of boxing. And look at the way it's raising boxing. Inside, you have the swimming pool, the Olympic size swimming pool. And I remember that about 2 years ago or so, swimming started coming up. People don't know, but inside that arena, at the back, right, you have the flats.
Yes, there's a dormitory there.
Yeah, the dormitory. There were flats. The idea was that to save the cost of camping, certain spots they could be camped there. And today, the place is being used for everything. Saturday and Sunday, the place is hired for funerals. But if you see, the crux of the matter is that is what pension funds are meant for. They are funds which are meant for long-term development. Because pension funds, the pension companies, SNIT and they'll hold long-term funds, unlike the banks, which have just short-term deposits. So if it will take even SNIT 20 years to recoup it, so be it.
Because it's for them anyway.
Yes. And there's the other side of investment, the cost-benefit approach. The benefit to society of that thing cannot only be measured in terms of the cash SNIT gets. It's like pension fund invest in housing estates. You can say that, by housing estates, how much money will you get? But the number of people it takes off the street and give them a place to lay their head. And that's the social benefits of things. And that's what social security is about. We've
even said on this show before that, I remember when Sharaf had his boxing tournament there, bringing Anthony Joshua and all of those people. We even mentioned that now the place is becoming smaller, because of the crowd that comes there, it's becoming smaller. And if indeed somebody like Joshua is thinking of bringing his bout to Ghana next year, then it has to be a bigger place. Like a stadium or somewhere, something with a capacity that is huge enough to take all the international people and all that. But that was some good job done.
Fiifi, you see, to me, it's just a matter of vision and the desire to be innovative, right? I always give the accolade to the current president, GM, because you might not know, I might say for the first time, when the drawings were ready and he called me, he went through the drawings with his pen.
Wow.
a lot of people don't know that day I was looking at him quietly. He was looking at the basketball pitch and said, look, but the basketball pitch, a part of it can be done in such a way that it can be used for lawn tennis. I remember that day, and I was looking at him quietly. But that's why I'm saying that's what we need. Vision, innovativeness, and that desire to do something, right? We can replicate it in 2 or 3 other regions. Depending on what the forte of that region is. If you watch carefully, and you just mentioned it, Western region, and there's a part of Brown Hafo where Charles Taylor and the rest, they produce very good players. Have you noticed it?
I know that.
Right. But what do we have there really for them?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Those of you who have been around, you see that a lot of by some design, they can produce some
this Techiman those areas. Yeah.
For, I don't know why, but they are able to produce some good players, and of course Nima, because a lot of the House of Folk players were the Hausa boys who came from the Mama Akwais and the rest. I'm not surprised Kudus and the rest come from there.
Mohamed Polo and
Polo and the rest, you get me, right? So I do think that some of these things can be replicated. But if you have government can do, but if we set up a sports fund, you see, as a fund grows, it gets to the extent you even realize that you've done a lot and there's excess money available. And now I'm looking at a sports fund which would dovetail down when you look at football all the way to the coast clubs, so that they will also get something to run their club. Because that is where the developmental stage of football is. But look, using the colonial model, we might not have enough for
development.
Right.
Do you think that, I mean, if you look at the NSA, for example, there are about 42 different kinds of associations under the NSA. Do you think that we should categorize all the sporting disciplines, the associations, or we should completely cut some off and decide on the few that we can manage and fund until such a time that we have enough to get them? Because we can actually make sure some of them are then determined as recreation, and then some can actually also be looked at as those who are serious to win as medals. So if you look at football, boxing, athletics, in recent years, arm wrestling, hockey, and all of that, you can categorize them and say they're the ones who will get the most of the funding. The rest of them, we're able to do little things for you. But until the sports fund comes, then this is how we're going to structure will be. Do you subscribe to something like that?
Yeah, we need to be a little bit careful, you see, because what I would say is that you can have priorities. For now, the next 5 years, let's look at the priorities as these are the priorities. But bear in mind that if you start teaching hockey in schools, hockey would pick up. Because, you see, in sports, the developmental stage is what matters.
It's key.
You get me? Yeah. Right. So it depends on the strategic plan of the ministry. Right. But for now, once we don't have enough funds, we may have to do some priority. Maybe football, boxing, and a little bit of more athletics and the rest. Yeah. But not the other sports being looked at recreation. Once you start looking at them recreation, if you don't take care, you might not take them serious at all. I say they are pastime issues. Right. But that's why I said that if we are able to set up the sports fund and we fund it well, and I don't see why we can't fund it well. Again, I remember having a discussion with somebody and saying that, look, we get some money from FIFA. You get me? Can a portion be put into a sports fund?
Football people won't agree.
Yeah, you see, but that is where they have to be careful. You need to think out of the box or outside the box and think of the future. If you consume it now, your league will be going down.
Football people, they don't think about the future.
No, I wouldn't say that about them.
Oh, they think everything that comes has to be consumed today.
No, but
tomorrow another one will come.
But if you don't invest and you consume, you don't develop.
But Mr. Thompson, we haven't invested.
Yes, but that is where, but we can't give up to.
Because we've been to the World Cup since 2006. Whatever money that we have made from the World Cup, how much have we invested back into the game of football?
That is why we need people like you and the rest to change people's mindset. You get me? You know, it's going to be a process.
But you see,
yeah, but
they must also have that desire to do that.
Yeah.
Whilst we also help people in changing the mind.
That's what leadership is about. A leader will have to tell them, look, enough is enough. This is the way we are going. And that's what I believe in. Right. In the decision-making process, there are times you can consult people and we all take the decision together. At times you consult people and then you say you take the decision. But there are times you consult people and say, look, I'm the leader. At this stage, looking at all the parameters, this is the way we are going. Right. And you just have to stay with it. Right. We can't be consuming everything. You get me? Because at the end of the day, if we are going to set up a sports fund, we are not going to borrow money to come and set it up. The money will come from us in a one form, whether taxes or something. So why should money given to us by FIFA be just expended and consumed by individuals?
Because if you go to places like Senegal, go to Morocco, right? Apart from the government's interest, for example, in Morocco, it's mainly their FA that has seen to the success of their national teams, the funding, some of the infrastructure they have built, the resource centers, the football centers. It's been spearheaded by the FA. In our case, if you go to Senegal has the same, and that's the reason their football is on the ascendancy. If you come to our case, from 2006, if you go to Pram Pram, there's nothing to write home about. So the question is, those who are leading the association, what is their end game? What's the plan? What's the vision? Because definitely if you go to World Cup, you earn some money. When we come back, what do we do with the money? The last time we had some of them, they will use it to build boreholes at the stadium, various parks where water is not flowing and all that. Is that development of the game? It's actually not. What is the trickle-down effect of that to you mentioned up to the coast level? Thankfully, Kurt got KGL to sponsor the Colts and all that, which is a big deal.
A big plus.
It's a big plus for him. But apart from that, what other things do we do to have proper trickle-down effects of the successes of our World Cups, rubbing it off?
Very well. Let me tell you a story. I'll answer you from another angle. I was in South Africa 3 weeks ago. I was in South Africa at an international conference, and one area I like is tourism. I mean, I just take interest in. And I was talking to the heads of tourism in South Africa, and then they made a point. They said, look, before you went to the World Cup in Brazil, what advantage did you take of it in terms of boosting your tourism? South Africa, we couldn't go. But if we had gone, you'd have seen the way we would have taken advantage of it to boost our tourism. All right. And then they asked me that, you've qualified again for the World Cup. Again, we are in tourism in South Africa. Why we want South Africa to qualify is that we want to enhance our tourism.
Yeah, selling the nation.
Selling the nation. Again, that's what I'm saying, that people will have to think a little bit.
Outside the box.
Outside the box. Yeah. You get me? And look at the bigger picture now. We're going again. We might have some funds. We just need to sit down and agree. I'm not saying that don't give A 1 penny or B 1 penny. But if you're going to do a sports fund, this is an opportunity to put something there.
Into the kitty.
This is when you put something there. Then when you are appealing to the equities, when you are asking, when you are trying to whip people into line, that look, all of you, GMPC, you have to bring $1 million, Smith bring $1 million, the banks, your profits, this is force, it's for all of us. You hear me? You have to bring something. Then they'll be willing to do something because they know that you are also sacrificing. Right? So I'm saying that, look, Fiifi, we have an opportunity. Again, we have a minister who's leading the charge. The ball is right in the court of the sports people, especially in the media. You get me? To go near him, surround him, give him all the push. Go and lobby cabinets, lobby at least cabinet has gone through something. It means that there's some light. You need to move to the parliamentarians, have meetings with them, discuss issues with them, right, and get this done for the nation. For me, if it is done, 5 years, 6 years, the media men in force, they may turn out to be the richest men in Ghana. Yeah, because some of them, that is their profession. Yeah. And when your profession thrives,
you succeed.
You succeed, and you succeed genuinely.
Somebody says I should ask you, one of my colleagues here, Kosi Fiaka, has sent me a message. He says I should kindly ask Mr. Thompson whether it will be prudent to set up a competent, resourced business development and marketing unit at the Sports Ministry that will be tasked with image enhancement and resource mobilization. This will also be an ideal unit for potential cash cows and viable corporate partnerships.
Okay, you know what? There's something peculiar about our sports industry. Mm-hmm. The structure is such that we got various sports associations. Mm-hmm. We have the FA for football, the boxing, right, the athletics and the rest. So I believe that such an idea should be rather sold to the various associations, rather than at the ministry. I'm a little bit wary about doing things at ministerial level because of the nature of the public service and the civil service, right? They are held to account a lot, so they are very bureaucratic, right? And once you go and put it in the ministry, it means you are going back to finance for money, and at times it doesn't go that way. But I believe that if that can help, then the various associations should rather take it up and set up those units within their...
Or maybe, we could even have a private marketing company setting it up and partnering the ministry to work on commission basis. That if the fund is set up, the marketing is giving the authorization to look for the funding for the fund, and then it takes its commission.
It could be done. If you see, fortunately, I sat on the transitional committee. Okay. And I was on the first one, and I must say that I was really shocked at some of the things I read, which came to me. I mean, the amount of money we used. I mean, these games we did, African games. I mean, I just can't believe what I was reading.
Yeah, the waste.
The waste.
Yeah.
You get me? Right. And I'm speaking the truth. The debt which was left over there.
Yeah. We had one of the worst sports ministers in our history.
And in fact, I was with Nilante Vanapoy.
Yeah.
In fact, we were all shocked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it was deliberate, I don't know. But it tells me that there's some money somewhere, which if you use prudently, can achieve better results.
Because if you use $15 million for food for athletes and you're using $4 million for...
I mean, how much do we need for a sports fund?
For tax, $4 million.
How much do we need for even a sports fund?
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But it all, you see, it's our joint responsibility, and there should be shared responsibility, that's all.
December, definitely there's an AFCON, and for the first time in many years, Ghana is not taking part in the AFCON. How does that make you feel? Even though we've been compensated with the World Cup qualifier, but AFCON is more like something we cherish. We haven't seen since 1982. We haven't seen an AFCON trophy. That golden fleece has never been here since 1982. How does it feel that we didn't qualify for AFCON?
I think the question is why didn't we qualify? But you yourself know what we've been through. You get me? The team itself wasn't stable. There are too many issues in the team, too many, which affected the team. Secondly, I think that was one of the spoils of what we went through. The way sports was being run and the rest, right? But I'll say that Ghana is not the best. But we should put that behind us, right, and move ahead. When we want to go into all those things, we're going to open a whole kind of worms. Fortunately, the team has been stabilized a little bit, and I think we should just move ahead.
Do you think we will do well at the World Cup?
I don't expect us to win it. I don't go to the World Cup. I've been to all the World Cups. I don't go to the World Cup with the expectation that Ghana is going to win it. I manage my expectations. You get me?
You think Ghana can't be the next Morocco?
Football, anything can happen in football. But I say I manage my expectations. I don't want any heart attack and the rest. But the fact that we are going, to me, is the most important thing.
What would you call success at the World Cup?
Oh, basically, if we can display good football, play football, that people will see that this is a team. Right? Bear in mind that we might meet strong teams. I was in Brazil. I saw the Portugal and
Germany game.
We were all laughing. There's a match of stage frights. It's a big stage. It's a very big stage. That's why I manage my expectations. I remember the players telling us that, look, they couldn't even hear what the coach was saying because you can't hear anything. And you are playing with the Ronaldos and the rest. So for me, success will be how far we get to, provided we can say that, look, the team played good football.
If you play very well and you're looted in the first round, you're okay with it?
Oh, football, anything can happen. That's why there's own goal. You can play well.
I love that.
But an own goal can this thing. Yeah, you see,
you don't think we should set targets for ourselves?
Don't put pressure on the team. Abraham Grant told us when he was taking us to Gabon. Was it Gabon? We went to African Cup. Was it Gabon? We went to African Cup because I led the team which went to Egypt to fight for this thing, but we lost it. I think we lost it to Gabon. We went to African Cup in Gabon. Am I right?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
With Abraham Grant.
Yes.
When we were leaving here, he told us that, look, don't go and tell the boys they are going to win the African Cup. We are going to do our best. Never go to a tournament telling the people like England said that the cup is coming. It won't come.
It's coming home.
It won't come. Don't put pressure on the boys. We never did it.
Let them take it one after the other.
One after the other. Osam Dudu did it. I remember we met at Continent. I said, look, never go and tell the boys they are going to win the African Cup. Go and put pressure on them. That's why I'm saying that. I'm not going to tell a Ghana football team, go and win World Cup. I said, go there, play.
Enjoy yourself.
Play for the country, and you see the results. Once you start putting pressure on them, you get me? They may lose their focus.
What's your take on a very controversial conversation that has gone on in the last couple of weeks?
I know where you're going.
I know, I know. Once you're a football person, you follow all these things all the time. That monkey no they work, baboon they chop, that kind of business. Where we are thinking that some of the players who turned their backs on us during the qualifiers should not be included in the team.
You see, let me answer you this way. We have a long way to go. The tournament is when?
June next year.
We don't know. In football, we don't know what will happen between now and June. Anything can happen. Jiku can get injured. Salisu can get injured. Somebody will lose form. So you don't start. Any good football manager doesn't start from monkey the work, bamboo the shop. You get me? You have to take each case one by one.
The voice of sport.
Thirdly, so the first thing is that there's a long way to go. You consider each case one by one, looking at a whole lot of factors. Those who are coming in, what are they coming to bring? What is their attitude? Will they bring any dissension in the camp? You see, there's something most of the supporters don't know. Most of these players are friends.
Yeah, true.
They are friends. You might say that don't bring Ketia, but maybe Ketia's best friend is Pate. So Pate would like him
to be part of the team. Yeah.
If you've been with them, you know the way they are, right? And there's something about football players too. They don't talk much. It's recent times you see football players talking. They don't talk much, so you don't know what is in their head. The other thing too that I'll say about that issue is that there are a lot of emotions in football.
Yeah.
So at times, it becomes a very emotional issue. Why should somebody go and work and you come and play? But what I would say is that we have a technical team. Let's leave that issue for them. From my experience, before the technical team will decide whether Nketiah will come and the rest, they will do a lot of consultations.
Yeah.
Ideally, they will discuss with the FA, they will discuss with the management team, they will discuss with the seniors of the team. Are you okay? the Jordans, are you okay? They might even discuss with the previous captains. That's how you do it. You talk to.
So like a broader consultation.
You do consultations behind. You get me? You have kingpins, the former captains, Stephen Appiah, Asamoah Dede Ayew. There is
John Mensah,
and the rest. You call them and say, look, what do you think? You do broader consultations. Then you raise it to a higher level beyond football. After that, we say we speak with one voice. Either they are coming or they are not coming. Right. So there's a long way to go. So we should give the coach a little bit of breathing space. You see, let me ask you. Somebody asked me a question recently in London. He said, if you have Messi as a Ghanaian and he refused to come and play this thing, but now he changes his mind and said he'll go to the World Cup, would you say you won't take him?
France had David Ginola. He refused to come. When he qualified for the World Cup, they were hosting the World Cup in 1998.
It does happen.
Yes, he refused to come, and then they dropped him from the World Cup, and they won the World Cup.
No, it does happen. That's why I say football is no logic.
Yeah.
Nobody is saying that when they come, we'll win. They will even come and create a penalty. It happens in football. I've seen a close match where we said we had one player. We said we wanted him to play. His mother said no, he won't release us. We fought and we stole the boy away. During the match, he rather create a penalty against him. So in football, anything can happen. What I'm saying is that let's drop the emotions. Even if you listen to anybody who's been in football, I've heard Neil Van der Poel speaking, I've heard the minister speaking. Their position is that, look, take your time. Let's take our time. We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's do our consultations and the rest. We might have a next African Cup coming. Maybe some of them will even say, look, drop me for the World Cup, but I'll prefer African Cup for you. That's how footballers are.
You saw the Black Stars try to come together in the last couple of matches. I mean, what do you think is the strongest point of the team, the strength of the team, and the weakness of the team? That perhaps the technical team are looking at it, they have to work on those areas.
The weakest part of the team is that it's not been able to get is striking a real striker who you say can lead you to a tournament. It's been a big problem. But I won't blame the team. Some of us will take the blame for it because we were warned by the foreign coaches that we have depended too much on Asamoah. And when Asamoah moves off, we are going to have a problem.
Yeah.
And we didn't take it serious. Milo told us, Abraham Grant told us, he said, look, you are depending too much of Asamoah. Asamoah is at a very high level. Fortunately, so we tried to find out whether we could get the one who died, what's his name? Agogo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Junior
Agogo. But we realized that Agogo is a different type of striker. Then they started looking at, can we look at Ransoro Say? But unfortunately, he fell out. Then there was it Adia?
After 2009. Yeah.
So we've not been we've not done well on that side. But you see, that is why the developmental stage of football is also...
It's surprising, right? Because for a nation that has produced a lot of strikers, I mean, from going to history, and you are not short of mentioning strikers' names, you know.
Yeah, because as I said, we were dependent on Asamoah. I mean, when push comes to shove, Asamoah will do something for us. You get me? Right? If you look at all the African Cups, I mean, just look at the match against England at Wembley.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, I had a supporter sitting next to me. He was always insulting Asamoah. They should take me off the match the way it's supposed. I said, look, you leave that boy there. Last minute, I don't know how he did it. He just placed the ball into the net. You get me? So we've depended on Asamoah, right? And I think we were dependent on him. So we have a problem there in the striking this thing. The defense, not too bad because, you know, basically the qualifying stages, they don't have enough time to play together.
Yeah.
You come in fact, strictly speaking, for this type of tournaments, when you have the long break and the team moves into camp, it's at that stage that you really see how prepared we are. That long camp, but because these days, because of the FIFA free days, they come from. So the defense really, I think that we still have to do, for a bigger tournament, we have to do something about it, especially the two lateral defenders. The midfield, right, we've managed to get Partey, Osibo, and some few players, not too bad. Of course, we got Kudus there, but with Kudus himself, you see that we are having a little bit of a problem where we want to really use him. You get me? Because at West Ham, he had that problem. In Tottenham, they are using him
more on the right.
Because 1v1, he's the best and he's strong. So when it comes in from the right, he's deadly and he's very intelligent. But when you put him in the middle, and I'm the other team coach, all that I'll tell my players that anytime he gets the ball, bring him down, provided he's not in there. And that's what has been happening to him. Anytime he feels the hole, they bring him down. Right.
So it's better to play him on the right.
Yes, but you see, the coach has a peculiar problem. If you watch the team, he has Kudus play on the right, and then Jordan, can also play both ways. But Jordan, if you remember, was even better on the left.
On the left, yes.
So he prefers to strike from the left, just like
Semenyo.
You understand me? So you see that when you move Semenyo to the number 9 position, he struggles a little bit.
But he also likes to play from the left.
Yeah, because you don't see him. So when he takes off, if you watch all the ball, you don't see him. It's like an unseen striker. But when you put him in the middle, the two defenders are looking at him. So he does his best. He tries to he does the pressure to chase the pressure so that they don't play. So we are having that little bit of a problem and there. But I believe the coach will find a way out of it.
What is your real assessment of the coach? You have seen many coaches pass through. I mean, you've seen from the great Jones and all those people. What is your real assessment of the coach?
Oh, if you want to compare him to those I've worked
No, not in comparison.
I really work with virtually all the coaches. I must admit that he wasn't my type of coach.
Okay.
He wasn't my type of coach, I had spoken on 2 occasions that I thought he was promoted beyond his level of competency. But people do grow up into a job. I remember that even when we're going to Brazil with Kwesi, some of us were not convinced that Kwesi can do the job because he was not coming up. And in Brazil, we all saw it, that it was a learning process for him. But now we got to a stage where we've qualified. You get me? And somebody asked me that, when you asked me that question, that, should we bring some other players here? New people. And I said, but what about the coach? As soon as you decide to bring another coach to come and help you, you also say that, but that coach too was not part of the qualifier. Why are you bringing him? You understand me? So for me, he's done his best. He's done well. You get me? Some of us were very critical about him, right? And we still think that maybe he might need some support for a big tournament. Because you remember that when we're going to other big tournaments, we even had some scouts. We got Coach Adi and the rest to do the scouting and the rest for us to assist the coach. So my assessment is that he wasn't my type of coach from the beginning. When I compare him to the former coaches, Abraham Grant, Milo, the Jones, Atuku, and the rest. But he's gradually growing up into.
But the question that others will ask is, what really was Ishmael Curtis' record before he became Black Stars coach and took us to the World Cup 2006? What really was Milo's record before he came to ride on our backs to get to the quarterfinals of the World Cup? So perhaps this is our own. Why won't we give him the opportunity?
That's what I'm saying. That
he's been there once.
That's what I'm saying. That he has grown up into the job. You get me? He's qualified as, which is a big feat. You get me?
He had some of the best records in qualifying.
Yeah, in qualifying. So at this stage, I think what he needs is all the support. And coaching at times is support.
Yeah.
If he gets a good support, in terms of those who help him, what he needs and the rest, the training camp, the facilities and the rest, maybe he might shock all of us. It does happen in football.
The draw is on the 5th of December. Which teams would you wish we avoid?
Basically, if we can avoid the top European class, which we can't avoid everyone because of the fault nature, but if we have less of them.
48 countries now going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, Is there any particular country that you would love us to avoid the most?
I wouldn't like us to play Spain. I wouldn't like us to play Spain, Portugal, Belgium, and most probably France. England, I don't mind.
Really?
Yeah.
You think we can beat England?
And when we meet England, it's a different ballgame. You see, it's like a colonial master in this. There's someone who wants to fight, right? So I don't mind us playing in England. We learn the football a lot from them, and I think that we can rise up. But some of the teams, strictly speaking, I mean, they're ahead of us. Brazil plays just like us. You get me? But we need to get our tactics right. We don't play that kind of match we played against them, where we decided to defend very high and left a lot of space
at the back.
And Ronaldo saw it, just decided I love the ball and let me run. You get me? So it all depends on the tactics. But bear in mind that they play based on individual flair like us. So we could really play with them.
Wow. If you just tuned in, I've been having a great chat with Mr. Ernest Thompson. I'm sure you haven't heard from him in a long while. He's been hiding in his corner today. We dragged him out of his hole and brought him into the studio for us to have a conversation on football, the Black Stars, and all that. Before we go, finally, for time purposes, our famous Black Queens have qualified for another Women's AFCON, and I'm sure it wasn't a surprise to you.
No, it wasn't a surprise to me because I told you I've been chairman of the women's team for years, and I traveled a lot with them. That team, which had Beidou and the rest, those are the teams with Beidou and the rest, and under coach Afrani and the rest. So I traveled a lot with them. I've been to everywhere, Nigeria, Abeokuta, and the rest. During those days, honestly, apart from Nigeria and Cameroon, nobody could beat us.
Sporty FM.
Right. And then we did a good thing in putting the team under one of the former players. She was a player during my time.
Yeah.
She became the coach. And the Messi. Which was a good idea to bring her. And then we had the lady who came in. Nora.
Yeah.
But the team started rising up, and then Nora left. That disturbed the team completely.
Yeah.
When this is, it disturbs the team. So they went down a little bit, and then the new coach has started building the team. So I'm not surprised that we're doing well. And I mean, kudos to them because we've not really invested much in the women football in Ghana. I know what South Africa has done using the oil company. When we used GMPC a little bit in Blaster, there was a lot of hue and cry.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what happened? The GMPC money was now being used for all kinds of things, you know, which could have continued. And remember that the year that GMPC supported the Black Stars,
that's when we qualified for the World Cup.
I was involved because I was part of the team. I did agreements and everything. In fact, a lot of the agreements you are seeing that has been used. Abraham Grant, Milo, I was the one who drafted, or when I was head of the league.
Ankatu was the board chair then,
yes.
I think.
In fact, it was Ankatu's vision that, look, let's use GMPC. Is it coincidental that when GMPC sponsored the team and put money in the team, we got to where we got to? Was it coincidental?
No, it was not.
Right. But we have not invested much in the women's thing. You get me? And that's one area. That's why I say that they've done well. Having regard to what they've been able to achieve. But I'm looking forward to a situation in which certain key institutions in the country should be taxed to at least sponsor some key national teams. If nothing at all, as part of their CSR.
Yeah.
Because some of the corporate social response CSR thing they are doing, some of them are doing, it doesn't benefit anybody. It benefits some one-man chief somewhere and something somewhere. You get me? And you know me, I say it the way it is. Right. You see? So I think that the swag should force. I mean, we've got good companies here, a lot of money they have. Some of them should be made to sponsor some of the national teams.
Yeah.
I mean, why can't they sponsor a national basketball team? What is the money being used for? Fiifi, what's the money being used for?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, look at the money. I don't want to do politics. Look at the money we are calling. And you have a female team which is fighting over bonus.
Yeah.
Why?
It's sad.
I mean, for me, the effect is on the players, the young players.
Yeah.
They ask themselves, what is the hope for us? What is the hope for us? To the extent that the Home Minister had to go and try to cajole them, we shouldn't have gone to that
level.
That level. You get me? And especially for women playing football, something men meant for men historically. Teaching them football is not easy.
Yeah.
Coach Afani will tell you, it's not easy. But look at where they've reached now. So that is a team should not be disturbed at all. They should be given everything they want. Even if they can give them the same bonus like the Blaster players, I will support it.
Yeah.
Because it will act as an incentive for people to
now
go and play.
There's equal pay everywhere. There's equal pay.
You know it happened in tennis.
Yes.
Yeah, where Serena Williams and the rest started fighting.
Yes.
And imagine they getting the same bonus with the national team. How many are they? Really speaking, how many are they?
Yeah.
How many matches do they play?
In a year.
Yeah. And if you know that when you play this team, you can get something, right? There'll be that motivation for you to go and play football.
True.
And it's not everybody who has to rise out to become a lawyer or a doctor. Those days are past. You get me? Some of them played football, right? They've not even read one book of Shakespeare before, but they are richer than all of us.
Talent.
They've got the talent.
Yes,
yeah.
talent.
So let's harness their talents and give them what is due to them.
So Ernest Thompson, I'd like to thank you. Yeah. And I don't know when we can do this again, but I know you don't want a lot more of these. But
I've been so visible in this country over the years, from television, this thing, and the rest. And at times we take a backstage. But of course, I'm doing something. I'm doing something still for the nation.
Yes,
and working behind for the nation.
I know
in so many areas.
I know. I like to thank you so mumuch for your time. And Inko Joseph sent a message. Let me just read this quickly before.
Thank you so much. Also.
Yes, Inko says let me find Inko's message. Otherwise, Inko will kill me. Inko Joseph, he says, Lawyer Ernest Thompson is an institution of wisdom, and that must be taught in football circles. I totally agree with him on the sports fund. Okay, so he agrees with everything you said on the sports fund, and we pray that it happens. Mr. Thompson, thank you so much for your time, and we wish you all the best, and keep looking young.
Thank you so much.